What if we never slept? No more drowsy afternoons. No more midnight wake-up calls for new parents. In a world without sleep, we'd get an extra 1/3 of our lives back. That's decades of extra living, working, and adventuring. Sounds amazing, right? Well, let's take a closer look at what this world might really be like. Without sleep, people would live longer, a lot longer. On average, humans sleep about 1/3 of our lives away. Without that need, we would each gain almost 8 extra years of life. That's a whole lot of birthday cake, but it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Let's explore some of the other effects of a sleepless world. In a world without sleep, businesses would never have to close. They could operate around the clock, every hour of every day. The same goes for schools and factories. And while this might sound great for productivity, it also means that there would be no time to recharge. Imagine working or studying from dawn till dusk every day with no breaks. You might be able to memorize the periodic table backwards in a sleepless world, but at what cost? Humans aren't machines. At some point, we need rest to recharge both our minds and our bodies. Without sleep, people would likely suffer from extreme burnout. Not sleeping would also change our relationship with the passage of time. With no days or nights, we wouldn't have a sunrise to kickstart our days or a sunset to signal bedtime. Time would become meaningless. Also, forget jet lag. There would be no more time zones because everywhere would be equally bright and equally dark all the time. So, to tell the time, we'd need something else to go by, like the position of the stars. A world without sleep would also mean a world without dreams. And while not everyone remembers their dreams, science has shown that all humans dream every night. Dreams may help us process our emotions and memories, so not dreaming could lead to emotional and mental problems. Not to mention how boring a world without dreams would be. Who doesn't love a good dream adventure every now and then? But even if we could all stay up all night and work around the clock, what would we do all day? Sleep is essential to the human experience, but it's also an experience in and of itself. Just think of all the things we do while we're asleep. We toss and turn, sometimes talk in our sleep, and perhaps even walk a little. We might even eat, although that probably wouldn't end well. In a world where we don't sleep, what will we do instead? Some scientists believe that humans might find other ways to mentally and physically rest, but most likely, we'll just feel incredibly bored. And what about our relationships with other people? Family members would stop sharing a common rest time and would likely drift apart. Parents would struggle to connect with their kids, who would be awake during the day and asleep when their parents return home from work. Even romantic relationships might suffer as couples struggle to find time to connect when they have no shared schedule. A world without sleep would be a lonely one. Of course, a world without sleep would require a lot more energy. With factories, offices and schools running all night, the world would never really power down. And with no animals sleeping, farmers would have to find new ways to protect their crops. After all, cows don't produce milk, and chickens don't lay eggs while awake. A sleepless world would be a hungry one. Speaking of animals, they wouldn't sleep either. In a world where humans never sleep, animals would stick out like a sore thumb, taking their naps and snoozing during the day. With no one else sleeping, they might even feel less sleepy and be active for longer periods. In the end, we might be the ones feeling lazy compared to the animals. There are many theories about what a world without sleep would be like, but one thing is certain: humans would have to completely readjust to a new way of life. We would have to rethink how we work, socialize, travel, and even relate to the natural world around us. A world without sleep might be full of super productive humans, but it would also be a world without rest, without dreams, and without nature. So maybe it's better to embrace our need for sleep, which makes us human. What do you think? Would a sleepless life make us superhuman or strip away what makes us human?